is Judgment Day. That's because this video has been a long time in the making because I have been grinding for the Sky Hat Atomic, and this is by far my hardest badge I have done on this channel yet. And yes, before everybody comments, I am completely aware I could have cheesed this entire thing and this could have been like a 5-minute video. However, out of respect for the developers and respect for myself, I am not cheesing this. So let's get started. If you remember the last Desolate Island video I made, you probably remember the steps to get to the Sky Hat Atomic, but if you did not watch that video, I'm just gonna go over it really quickly. The first thing we have to do is go to the TV, and the TV will flash a series of text. And if you take a picture of the text, when it flashes, you will see there's a series of numbers. Those numbers correlate to your graphics setting. And it's also very important to note that this number is gonna be completely different for everybody. And once you do that, you will be given a YouTube link. Go to this YouTube link, and you will see a bunch of red dots on the top left of the video. Take a picture of this and then overlay it on the same spot where it was on the video at the end with all the numbers. You will notice that certain red dots and certain numbers do align, and these red dots actually represent the stones in front of SpongeBob's house. Click each stone in the correct order with the numbers, and then you will hear some kind of bell chime. Go back to the spawn island and look at the TV again because there is another link. There's a lot of stuff inside this video, but what you need to know is that you need to do a book cipher, because at the end of this video there's a code, and if you plug this code into the graduation comic, you'll be getting the word winner, and when you type this out, it'll teleport you to the Krusty Krab. Now you'll notice once you're at the Krusty Krab that it's actually locked, but the code is really easy because if you look above, there are nautical flags, and each nautical flag represents a number, and if you decode it, it comes out to 1835. Now in my last video I attempted the parkour, but I clearly just couldn't do it, so I devised a plan of live streaming this entire thing until I actually got it. But what I didn't realize was how insanely hard this parkour was. So let's run through it. And now a word from our sponsors. Oh wow, the ending is right there. Surely I won't throw for content. What you just saw was made possible by our sponsor today, Metal TV, because we have definitely all been there where we have hit some kind of insane clip, a funny moment, or have been a really hard boss and wanted to savor the moment. But let's be real, most of us don't do that because recording softwares like OBS take way too long to set up and take too much space. But Metal TV literally takes 30 seconds to set up, and every time you want to clip something, all you have to do is press F8. And on top of that, Metal also has a way for you to earn Robux. That's because right now, as I'm speaking, there are currently quests available for you to earn up to 400 Robux by literally just playing Roblox. And if you think that taking a clip and uploading it takes too much time, here is me literally uploading this clip in like 30 seconds. So clipping your favorite moments has never been easier. Use the link down in the description down below and start clipping today for some free Robux. First, I'm going to divide this parkour by 4 sections. The first section, of course, is obviously the easiest. Now, to get through this section, it just requires some basic obby skills like wrapping around walls and a more intermediate skill of completing an edge jump. And then once you do that, you'll be put on a little tightrope, which leads us to section 2. Now, section 2 is a little bit different from section 1 because there are a lot more wraparound wall jumps. And each one of these jumps requires you to really be at the edge of your jump. The room for failure on these is pretty slim, and if you don't get used to these pretty quickly, you will get stuck in this section for a good little bit like I did. Now, the last jump of this section that leads into section 3 is actually kind of a big jump, but don't worry, once you get this jump, it's pretty hard to not get it again, which leads us to section 3 where things really start to get really hard. That's because the room for error on any of these is really slim, and if you fall, you have to start all the way back from the beginning. The game starts you with a few wraparounds that you have to do, and honestly, I don't even know how to do these properly. It's like a 70% chance I hit this, but still no idea. Then you have to walk on a little rope, which is the easy part, and then you have to complete 2 edge jumps in a row. Once again, the room for error on these is really slim, and a lot of the times you will just fall off from lining yourself up. Once you do that, then you have to do another wraparound jump, and then after you do that wraparound jump, you have to jump above you, and then you have to jump through a slim wall that leads you to a corner of a platform platform, which then you have to wrap around again to the side and then climb up on top of it and then complete a few more Neo jumps. And then, and only then, are you almost there to section 4, because the last jump of this section is the hardest wraparound jump yet. And if you somehow did all of this, you are now officially on section 4, which I would like to say is roughly 10 times harder than the last 3 sections combined. It starts off with a pretty easy tightrope and then leads to a few easy jumps. But don't let these jumps fool you, because our first hard jump starts on this, I guess, giant stone, which requires you to do a little wraparound jump, which isn't too terrible. However, the next jump requires you to jump off that slanted edge that is constantly pushing you off to the next slanted edge that is even smaller. And then once you do that, you need to climb the next stone as a ladder and line yourself up to jump to the next ladder, which you have to wrap around once again to a tightrope, which leads you to the end of the obby. And believe me, almost all of your time doing this will be spent on this section right here. And obviously, I wasn't gonna do this in silence by myself for hours on end, so I decided to live stream it on YouTube for all of my viewers to see, and every time they donated, I would have to jump off. And yes, this gets very frustrating very quickly. All right, we're here. All right, you guys know the rules. Every donation I have to reset, but until then, we start. I'm not doing the thug shaker, chat. I'm not doing the thug shaker. Plus 3,000 aura. Oh! All right. I'll just, a gritty, you want a gritty will survive. Got it. Oh, right when I make the jump, dude. No. How do I do that? No! 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 Got it. Okay. Now what? Oh, God. I'm putting my... Oh, my God. I put all my faith into that, and, well, cooked, chat. Cooked. This is what we're gonna do, chat. We're done. We're gonna come back to this tomorrow. The recording session so far is 6 hours long. But yeah, chat. Hey, I appreciate every single one of y'all coming out today. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. But unfortunately, after 6 hours of grinding this non-stop, I had to call it quits because I was just so mad, I was annoyed, and frankly, I was just not having a good time. However, I am not a quitter, and I came out knowing that I could definitely beat this obby. It would just take a few more attempts. And so, a few days later, I was running the same exact thing, except by myself, and well, this run finally happened. As he should be. He's definitely the most, like, charismatic.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh my f***ing God. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh yes! No way! Oh my God! You don't understand what I just did. After doing all of this, I think it's pretty safe to say that this is now my favorite Chomik. And although this parkour is nowhere near the level for the Tower of Elongated Farts, however, it does give me confidence that I will one day be able to do it. And once again, thank you to Metal TV for sponsoring this video. Without them, this entire thing couldn't have been possible. So if you want to support me, please click the link down in the description below. Thank you. Bye-bye.